Chair now recognizes the gentleman from Ohio, Mr. Davidson.
I thank the chairman. I thank our witnesses. I regret that I didn't have the chance to dialogue with Mr. Hamilton, but I thank you guys for being here and staying a little longer than we thought the hearing would run. Look, one of the most influential books that I've read is a short book called The Law by Frederick Bastiat. He was a French philosopher in the 1800s. He predates Karl Marx, and he was addressing the socialists. So they were already trying to weaponize law. His book about the law was, in fact, all about how the law was corrupted and perverted from its proper use of defending freedom and property rights to a form of corruption, legal plunder, as he termed it. One of the quotes from the book is, he says, "When law and morality contradict each other, the citizen has the cruel alternative of either losing his moral sense or losing his respect for the law." And I think that's where the American people are. They see that the law has been corrupted and perverted. They see, at best, a two-tiered system of justice. One of the most common questions probably every member of Congress gets, certainly when I talk to my closest friends, we all get this question: Congressman, when is someone going to jail? Now, to be fair, when the Democrats ask it, they want to know when a Republican's going to jail. And when the Republicans ask it, generally they want to know when a Democrat's going to jail. But the reality is people are seeing that there's one standard that they would be held to and another that's being applied to others. Political enemies, overwhelmingly. Political rivals. It's the weaponization of law, lawfare. And the tip of the spear of this is Donald Trump. You know, Donald Trump, they mocked when he said that they were spying on his campaign. Lo and behold, they were spying on his campaign. They said that the Russia collusion thing was all fake. They funded a $30+ million investigation into Donald Trump with the Mueller report, and people still think that's what he was impeached for. It was a nothing burger. No crime, no action. In fact, to the extent there was a crime, it was done by firms like Perkins Coie that rigged this whole hoax. It was against our national intelligence community that weaponized their trusted position in the intelligence and law enforcement community to spy on the presidential campaign of Donald Trump. Now we see election interference in a different way in this campaign. We've got a case where we've seen, whether it's Alvin Bragg, Letitia James, others, that campaign on a platform for election of going after Donald Trump. Fani Willis raised money off of her criminal case against President Trump. Finally, Mr. Costello, I enjoyed your dialogue, and would you agree that these prosecutors are, in fact, politically motivated in their targeting of Donald Trump?
Without a doubt.
You think about the case in New York, Alvin Bragg's case. I mean, what is the crime? And to the extent there was a crime, how does it relate to Donald Trump? Could you elaborate?
Nobody knows what the crime is. They've taken a misdemeanor, which is barred by the statute of limitations, and tried to turn it into a felony by saying the misdemeanor was used to cover up an additional crime, the felony. It's hinted that the felony that they're trying to cover up is election interference. Election interference for the 2016 election. They claim was caused by false entries made in 2017. Now, how do you influence a 2016 election with 2017 allegedly false entries? They say, because I was puzzled by this, it's a conspiracy. Really, said I. I went and I pulled the indictment. There's 34 or 38 counts. No conspiracy count. One defendant, Donald Trump. It's absurd.
The whole case is, but yet, in spite of that, and in spite of the fact that the world sees through this, we're all wondering whether or not we'll get a not guilty verdict to the extent we get a verdict. We don't trust that the law is actually going to be administered impartially. We're not sure that you could get an impartial trial of his peers, a jury of his peers. And this is the thing. Our criminal statutes are designed to protect the defendant. We've seen a clear abuse of the law. We've seen, as I point out, nothing new under the sun. And, you know, it's not like Bastiat was the first person to discover this. We've seen the first thing, basically, don't hurt people, don't take their stuff. Because humans have a hard time with that, we started appointing someone to be the judge who was the one in the right, who was the one in the wrong. People see through this, and they're going to see it on November 5th, and I just trust that this country is worth defending, and I applaud the people that are standing up against injustice. Mr. Chairman, I yield back.